Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we got a really interesting video for you. It's 4 things the NFL wants you to forget. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, replacement refs. The substitute refs fiasco was one of the more embarrassing tales in recent memory that had an impact on the on-field product. A labor disagreement resulted in a lockout of professional referees in 2012. The decision by Commissioner Roger Goodell to employ backup referees to serve as replacements backfired spectacularly. These substitutes made some poor decisions that affected many games, but one in particular will go down in history. In the end, the finale of a thrilling game between the Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks left the audience disappointed. The Seahawks won by scoring a last-second touchdown on a catch that wasn't quite a catch. One of the referees signaled touchdown while the other signaled interception. The two replacement referees looked at each other and then did the opposite of what they just signaled. As a result of the horrible confusion and missed call, the National Football League exposed itself as petty and cheap. Next up, touchdown celebrations used to be fun. As the years pass, the penalties aimed at preventing players from celebrating touchdowns have become increasingly harsh. With the reasoning of quote-unquote unsportsmanlike conduct, the officials would award a penalty if they deemed a player over-celebrated or rubbed it in the faces of the opposing team. One of the more enjoyable aspects of the sport used to be touchdown celebrations. Having Terrell Owens and Chad Johnson bring out props was always a lot of fun to watch on TV, and players used to be able to dunk the football through the field goal post until Saints tight end Jimmy Graham unstraightened a field goal post after celebrating a touchdown. Luckily, recently the NFL has become more reasonable with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and celebrations from players and even the entire team have become more entertaining in the past few seasons. Even though the NFL has backed down on their ruling, there was a couple of brief seasons where the NFL wanted you to forget that having fun was part of watching the game. Next up, the Saints scandal. In 2010, the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, capping off a remarkable season for the NFL and all of sports. Just a few years after Hurricane Katrina devastated the city, the football team helped the people of New Orleans unify and enjoy a Super Bowl run. Unfortunately, the team's Super Bowl run was overshadowed by a scandal after it was discovered that defenders were receiving cash bonuses for hitting an opponent team's player hard enough to force him off the field. Following the drama between the NFL and the Saints, a number of Saints staff were giving lengthy penalties, including head coach Sean Payton, who was suspended for a full season without pay, yet seemed to vanish almost in an instant. Once all personnel were done with their suspensions, the league seemed to go back to normal, and the commissioner and fans let the scandal escape from their memories. Next up, cheerleaders are treated terribly. It's easy to forget about the team cheerleaders since they aren't the main focus come game time, yet their role is ever so important for their respective teams. There was a time when cheerleading was considered a glamorous job, with many women dreaming of becoming an NFL cheerleader. Nowadays, it's become a nightmare job for most women who perform that role. Women are judged primarily on their appearance and are critiqued through a sexist lens. A Ravens cheerleader once recalled how she was benched after adding a few pounds. What's more, they're severely underpaid. The cheerleaders put in a lot of effort for the NFL, including home games, appearances, and photo shoots, but they aren't properly compensated. Cheerleaders for the Oakland Raiders used to be paid $1,250 per year, which is only $5 an hour for the work that they do over the course of a season, which is nowhere near a livable wage for anyone, especially people that work for one of the biggest sports leagues in the world. As of September of 2020, 10 of the 26 NFL teams with cheerleaders have been sued for wage theft, unsafe work conditions, and sexual harassment and discrimination, including the Raiders. There's a handful of things that are easy to forget when it comes to the NFL, and even more things that the NFL wishes you would forget. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today's video, but we thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you see when all of our content comes out. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time.